morning, everyone. Namaskar. And let me start with a small confession. Let's see who all danced. So, what I want to say is most of us, before crossing a busy Indian road, do this little dance. We look right, we look left, maybe right again, and only then we step out. Nobody taught us this formally. We just learned somewhere along the way that a quick check before stepping forward can save us a lot of trouble. And now here's my question. If we are this careful crossing a road, why do so many of us close our eyes and simply jump when it comes to a much bigger crossing, the one involving our money? So today's session is called Risk versus Reward. Making smart choices. Yes. And in the next 5 minutes, I want to give you a simple habit that you can use before every big decision for the rest of your life. So let's begin with this opening thought. Every opportunity has a reward, and every reward carries some level of risk. So let me say that again and let that sit that for a second in your mind, in your heart, that every opportunity has a reward, and every reward carries some level of risk. Not every risk is bad, and not every reward is free. They arrive together, always. The question is never how to avoid one and keep the other. The question is how to meet both wisely. See, imagine someone standing at the edge of a river they need to cross. There are two ways to do this. One person simply wades in, assuming it's shallow, because it was shallow the last time somewhere else. And the other person pauses, picks up a stick, checks the depth, notices the current, and then decides where exactly to step. So here's what I want you to notice. Checking the depth doesn't stop the journey. It doesn't make the person timid or slow. It makes the crossing safer and often faster because they don't get swept off course halfway through. So final decisions are no different. In fact, our financial decisions. The river doesn't disappear because we refuse to look at it. But looking at it first changes everything about how we cross. So before any important financial decision, a big purchase, an investment, lending money to someone, changing a job, starting something new, ask yourself four honest questions. Yes, not one, not two, but four. One, do I understand this? Not what the salesperson or relative explained, but what I myself could explain to someone else. Number two, what are the risks? Named clearly, not vaguely felt. Number three, what are the possible rewards? Realistic ones, not the best case story we tell ourselves. And number four, can I handle the downside? If this goes wrong, what exactly happens to my life? So let me bring this alive with three people. I always do. Take Sunita ji, who runs her home in Ghaziabad with quiet precision. A neighbor recently offered her a guaranteed double the money in 6 months. That chit fund scheme, the kind that spreads over WhatsApp faster than a wedding invitation. Now, the old Sunita might have said yes just to avoid seeming rude. This time, she asked the four questions out loud in front of the neighbor. She realized she couldn't actually explain how the scheme made its money. And that single question saved her savings. Then Anjali, a working woman weighing whether to invest her yearly bonus in a friend's new venture instead of her usual mutual fund. The reward excited her. Friendship, ownership, a good story. But when she honestly asked, can I handle the downside? She realized losing that entire bonus would derail her daughter's school fees. She didn't say no to the opportunity forever. She simply invested a smaller, safer amount and kept her fees fund untouched. And Vikram, a man in his late 50s nearing retirement, was tempted by a relative's tip about a stock that was about to explode. Years ago, he'd have transferred the money within the hour, writing pure excitement. But this time, he paused and asked what the actual risk was if the tip was wrong. He realized he was about to gamble his post retirement cushion on a rumor. He still bought a little, but with money he could genuinely afford to lose, not his life savings. Notice something? None of them said no to opportunity. They simply stopped saying yes blindly. Wise decisions don't choose between optimism and caution. They hold both hands at once. So here's your weekly activity, and I would like you to genuinely sit with it, not just think about it in passing. Think about one financial decision you are considering right now, big or small. Take a sheet of paper and write down three honest columns. Let's do this reflection exercise. And the column headings are first, benefits. That is what you truly stand to gain. The second column heading is risks. Yes, what could realistically go wrong? And then number three, questions you still need answered. Yes, before you decide anything. So benefits, risk, and questions you still need answered. Don't rush to fill the third column with easy answers. The most valuable thing you can walk away with today isn't a decision. It's a good, honest question you hadn't thought to ask before. So here's a beautiful thought I want to leave you with. Caution is not the opposite of courage. It's what makes courage last. The person who checks the river isn't afraid of crossing it. They simply intend to reach the other side. So here's my ask of you. The very next financial decision that comes your way this week, big or small, pause before you say yes. Ask the four questions. Write the three columns. Give yourself that one honest minute you owe your own future. Because the goal was never to avoid every risk in life. The goal was always to walk into the ones worth taking with your eyes wide open. So, with that thought, thank you. Thank you, everyone, for joining us today. Thank you.